Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Today is August 17th, 2015. My name is Rex Harris, and as always, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to spend some time with you, fine people here this evening. Tonight, we have the opportunity to start something new within the Academy that we believe is going to be considerably more beneficial to people in terms of mindset and personal development, and quite honestly going back and rehashing the same old material again. Jocelyn has the opportunity right now to make exceptional connections in our workspace, people who are incredibly successful. And I'm not talking just about money. Yes, we're talking about people that have earned millions of dollars, but people that have become successful because their number one focus in doing what they do is to help people get a result. Okay. So without further ado, it is my privilege to introduce to you, for those that don't know her, and introduce to you, for those who do, Jocelyn Jones. Jocelyn, the floor is yours.
Hi, thank you so much, Rex, for that wonderful introduction. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm super excited about what we're going to be able to do here for people through the Academy. Just a little bit about me and obviously my story is I got started back in 2009. My husband was a loan officer, and it was just around the time of, starting with the housing crash and stuff, and I was afraid that he was going to lose his job. So I tried to start finding something online that I could do that, heaven forbid, if he did lose his job, we would have something to fall back on. And that happening, I had the unfortunate, well, it's unfortunate, but to me it was a lesson learned that my first situation did not go over too well, and I actually ended up, losing quite a bit of money based on the company that I got involved with was not quite so savory. And so they took a significant amount of money, upwards of $12,000, and that ended up, kind of putting a real damper on my financial situation. But I still had faith in network marketing in general, and I began looking, and I've always had the ability to be able to connect with the right people. Usually what I, would do is, Tony Robbins says, find someone that's doing what you want to do and, connect with them, basically find out what they're doing. And so shortly thereafter, I actually got introduced and connected to Vic Stray's house. I'm not exactly sure how to say his name, and he was doing the Global Success Club. And one of the things that he taught and he did was before you did any type of marketing, he would always either have you watch a motivational video or watch, read something that would get you into the proper mind to any type of marketing. And of course, the mindset in and of itself is huge. If you're not in the proper mindset, if you don't believe that you can do it, you're wasting your time. So from there, I was reading the You Were Born Rich, different things from Bob Proctor. From that, this all happened within probably just a couple of weeks, that I became involved with one of Bob Proctor's coaching programs that he had. I received a handwritten letter in the mail from Bob Proctor, not one of the mass printed letters, but an actual handwritten letter from him thanking me for joining and becoming a part of his program. And that evening I was on an actual webinar, and he was personally answering my questions. And that was one of the first experiences that I had that was super, just, oh my gosh, how awesome is this? And from there I was involved with different companies. I always managed to get connected to the top leaders of the teams, and I always found that no matter what, I kept coming back around to, I didn't like being in competition with people. I really liked being able to work collaboratively with them, and so finding ways that I could learn something, and from there I could then teach other people. And when I'm talking with someone, sometimes I can find out, well, they might need a little bit of assistance. And when it comes to that, depending on, if it's marketing or what it may be, I then know who it is, because again, a lot of times you'll find that it's connecting people to people as opposed to, like the products or the services, but I don't always have to know how to do everything. I know people and I can connect to the people that do. And, and I truly do believe that that is why you and I ended up connecting, and of course, with Laura and, my techie chick, because Lord knows I need help when it comes to the technical stuff, connecting with each other. And then we ended up going to San Diego. And from there, while we were getting some of the training that we were getting, Dave Van Hoos ended up coming up on stage. And when he did his presentation, that just absolutely resonated with me. I'm like, that's exactly what I want to do. I need to find out how to become. And we also were able to connect with some other absolutely amazing marketers as well, who were more than willing, to sit down with us and talk to us and, share with us some of their strategies, and that's kind of how we all came around to where we are right now today. So that being said, one of the things that I've noticed when it comes to different trainings and stuff, and even like with the academy, one of the things that we're trying to do is we're trying to offer people the missing pieces, and it's kind of like the puzzle and fitting it all together. There's a lot of training programs out there that might teach one thing, but something else might be missing. And a lot of times, granted, they aren't taught the mechanical piece. So, of course, that's where the academy is stepping in, and we're showing people how, to put those pieces together. But then also, too, as I already mentioned a little bit ago, if the mindset isn't there and you don't believe that you can do it, you're wasting your time. So that's why I was saying, I want to take what I've been learning, what the secrets and the strategies basically that, these top marketers have been sharing with me and teaching with me and bringing that to the academy. So that's pretty much where we are right now. So that most people, when they're coming along and they're getting started, they come from the have, do, be mindset, which they think that once they have the money, they'll be able to do the things they want, and they'll be the person that they've always strove to be. As opposed to when you do kind of like a paradigm shift and you come from the angle of be, do, have, you start from a place of already feeling as if you are that person. When that occurs, you then start doing and taking the necessary actions that are necessary to be able to have what you want. It's just a slight little switch, but the successful people are the ones that have made the switch, and they do, they have. A person with a poor mindset, whenever it comes time to spending any type of money, whether it be to purchase an education course, purchase to get into a business, the first thought that they have is, how much is this going to cost me? Whereas someone with a rich mindset looks at from every angle and wonders, how much is this going to make me? The best investment that you can make is investing in yourself and, paying for the education to learn the skills necessary to be successful. Success is a journey. It's not a destination. And one of the things that for people, they'll sit there and they'll say, I want this, or I want to do this, or someday, or, I will be. And when they set an intention, they a lot of times will be like in a neutral place, or maybe like in a negative, and it's not in alignment with what they say they want. Kind of think of it as like magnets. When magnets are the different polarity or whatever, and they kind of like repel and you can't put them together. But when they're basically on the same frequency, they, automatically snap together and they attract each other. And, one of the things that Walt Bayless had said to us when we were in San Diego at Marketing Mayhem, and we did that impromptu mastermind, was that you have everything that you need already around you. It's everything is already there. You can do anything that you want in life. And one of the key things is you just need to get into that flow and get into that abundance flow. Again, how many times do we hear you don't know what you don't know? And once you become aware and you set the intention in the proper vibration, it automatically opens up the people, resources, and opportunities that you need to get to where you want to be. A lot of times people are like, well, how's that going to happen? What am I going to do? Don't worry about how it's going to happen. Sometimes the way you think things will get you there, it ends up happening in a completely different way. I don't know, Rex, if you want to share a little bit of the story of how, I know that you recently had set some intentions and, you had a certain income goal and you kind of had a thought of what it might have happened, and the way that it actually ended up happening was completely different, but you still achieved the result that you wanted.
Yeah, most definitely. It just really, it started with just writing things down, and I still have the notebook right here. Okay, that's where it started. It started with writing things down and determining what it was that I wanted. Okay, now this is a process that, I really started putting as much focus on as I possibly could here within the last year. And the outcome, honestly, has been something that I never would have expected and came in ways that I never would have expected. But yet it still happened, and I think what a lot of people do is and I know I've done it, their business becomes more of a hurdle or a stumbling block for them than anything else. Because although the focus goes on to the business, the focus goes on to lead generation, the focus goes on to recruiting and building an organization and building a downline. And there's not one of those elements there that are ever going to take you to a place where you're actually going to create the life that you want to live. What's going to do that is you making a decision what it is that you really want. All right. And there's an exercise that I had been through many times with a different mentor, but yet for whatever reason, when I went through this exercise, I never really got to the truth, or you might call it, or what a lot of people are calling it, is your why. So when Jocelyn and I were down at the Speaking Empire Mastermind here a few weekends back, I think it was Saturday night, we had the opportunity to meet a gentleman named Randall. Now, we were sitting outside, and I had no idea that Randall was a participant in the event at first. No clue. All right. I didn't even realize that Jocelyn and Randall were even familiar with one another. So as we began to talk, and Jocelyn and I were talking about I guess you would call the mechanics of, based on components, and the objective to be to solve a problem at a certain point. But in order for me to really put forth, or anybody to put forth, the effort necessary to accomplish what's at the core of your being, you have to know what that is. And I had been deceiving myself for a lot of years about what it was that I really wanted. And I kind of think back to the book of Ecclesiastes and some of the writings in there, for those of you that follow the Bible, and, really could kind of relate to feeling at some points in my life as though there were a lot of things that really felt, they felt meaningless. So as we're sitting downstairs that night talking to Randall, he asked me a question that apparently I needed to answer, because in answering this question, it took me to a place that surprised me, and it took me to a place that even surprised Randall even more, as he had testified to me later on. I think we ended up talking another, 2 or 3 times before we left the event. But he asked, we got to talking about marketing and stuff like this, and he had asked me about, what the benefit was, and I had asked him the benefit of what. I mean, what specifically, are you referring to? Well, we got to the point where he wanted to know what the benefit was to me, and then what the benefit of the benefit was to me. And he began to ask me a series of questions. And like I said, I've been through this exercise before, but I think that there's a lot of times throughout our life, as we grow spiritually, emotionally, in maturity, that there may be things that we hear, there may be things that we're exposed to along our journey, but there may be times where we're exposed to things that we're not ready to receive. Does that make sense? That should probably make sense to a lot of people. Because this night that we're talking about here with Randall, when he had asked me what the benefit of the benefit was, when we got down to the absolute heart of the matter, what is it that you would rather be doing, or what was it that you would do or want to do above anything else that it is that you could possibly do? Why are you here? And one word came out of my mouth, and it was very simple. And that word was ministry. And Jocelyn just disappeared. So I'll keep going here, and she'll probably be back here in a moment, I'm thinking. But that's what happened. And Randall had told me at a later point in time that he was surprised when I said that. And I was surprised when I said that, because, that was a part of my life from, a long time ago, when, I was working as a street pastor out there in Phoenix, Arizona. And to come to that point where we just peeled everything away and got down to it, I was really able that night to really connect with my purpose. And since that night here, just going on 3.5, 4 weeks ago now, my outlook has changed. I can honestly say, after that night of going through that exercise, I am not the same person. Not the same person. And it looks to me like internet dropped. Keep talking. Okay. So yeah, it was Jocelyn's internet. So she'll be back here in a bit.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah, Jocelyn she's not really there. That's somehow I was in on her account.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah. So, but anyway, I was just finishing up telling them about that meeting with Randall that night, and how when we really got down to the heart of the matter, how the word ministry came out of my mouth. And it was almost like, it was just like a wake up moment. Like I had been, I don't know how to describe it, but it was definitely uh, a moment, I guess, of clarity. And like I said, since that night, you know, I have not felt the same. Something happened that night, and something happened for Jocelyn that weekend too, that really had a tremendous impact on getting us to the heart of the matter for why it is that we really, are compelled to do what it is that we do. And it became of top priority to me to help people come to that place where they find their truth. Okay. Where they find that, that why am I here? Because there's something powerful that happens when you come to that place and you realize that there is a reason for your being here. And it's crystal clear to me right now. How in the world am I ever going to accomplish it? I don't know. But that's the beautiful thing about having a relationship with God. I don't have to sweat that stuff. All I have to do is follow what, I believe to be the truth about what I should be doing and do that. And that's exactly what it is that I'm doing right now. Can I see the forest through the trees? In this step of faith that I'm taking and, really embracing this? No, but I don't need to. I'm not afraid. I'm not scared because, and I'm not going to quote the book because um, I'm not going to be doing that anymore when it comes to the personal development stuff. And at a later time, I'll explain, maybe next week, I'll explain to you why. But there was something that I read that still makes an impression upon me, even though I don't believe that the book that I read it from was based on, what I believe to be the truth. Nonetheless, it said something that made a lasting impression. It said that if we really knew who it was that walked with us every day, we would never fear anything again. And I believe that every human being can get to that place in their mind. Okay. I've learned over the past 5 years through practice. And believe me, when I say practice, I mean practice every day, that you can get to the point where you shut this thing off. You can get there. You can get there where it's completely manageable and you are making the conscious decisions as to what thoughts are impacting your subconscious and becoming part of your belief system and which ones aren't. Every person has the ability to do this by simply putting a couple of things into practice in your spiritual life. One is prayer and two is meditation. And I'm telling you what, if you're willing to do those things, if you're willing to embrace both sides of this and get to the root of the matter with you, why are you here? What is it that you want to share with people? You're going to find that you go forward with a new confidence that you didn't have before, and that you don't worry and that you don't sweat the details. I'm not saying that thoughts of worry don't come, because they do. Okay. Thoughts of worry will come. Even once you're clear, you will get those attacks from the enemy or whatever it is that you want to call it, where that negative thought comes in. The difference is now, okay, it doesn't get into the subconscious. It's caught right here. I've become the guard, I'll quote the book in this case, the master key system. Okay. You become the guardian at the gate of the great subconscious domain, which means that you stand guard over your thoughts and you choose what you believe and what you don't believe. And I actually went through an exercise after the Speaking Empire event where I gave myself permission to forget everything I'd ever learned in terms of my belief system, God, Jesus, the Bible, religion, all of that stuff. Completely forget it. Everything I'd ever learned about it, I crumpled it up and I threw it away because I came to a place in my life where I realized that the things that I had been studying and the things that I had been reading were not serving me well. There's some great stuff out there that people should be plugged into. There's a lot of stuff out there that will lead you down a road to nowhere if you follow this belief system that's so common in our workspace that it's just a matter of, following this thing called the secret. Okay, well, it's no secret. It's written about in the Bible. It's written about in, I think, just about every personal development resource I've ever read. There's no secret. Okay, the truth of the matter is that you get what you speak, period. Okay, and you speak out of the abundance of your heart. Okay, that's what manifests into your life. And these are the type of things that we've been learning from, a large variety of people, as far as, getting to that point where we really discover who it is and why we're here. And it's our intention, with the Academy to be able to bring this to you in a way that's understandable and discernible, in the hope that people, who are coming into the Academy and who are connecting with us on the internet, are going to, find that place where they can embrace their truth and move forward with it. And that's the platform that we are building right now, is being crafted to give you that very opportunity based on, a certain amount of criteria based on your time, your schedule, what it is that you enjoy doing. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into making a determination as to what is the right approach for you on the internet based on your purpose. Okay. And it does not matter what that is, because there are always going to be people out there who believe the same way that you do. And if you go out and you're willing to blaze a trail, they will follow. And that's exactly what Jocelyn Jones is going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and shut up now and turn this back to her. But hopefully that adequately answered your question there, Jocelyn. And I know that she's got an outline to go over with you here tonight. And I hear Miss Mariah screaming in the background, so I'm going to go check on her, and I'll be right back. Jocelyn, back to you.
All righty. Well, thank you, Rex, for that. Yes, I do appreciate you taking the time to explain in the process that you had gone through, which that's exactly it. You talked about when you get to what you would call it, whether it be your happy place or you get to where, one of the things, when you're going to set your intention, you're going to speak your intention, you want to make sure that you are at, that you have your vibration high and that you're feeling positive and good. And with that high vibration, that is when you want to set your, and speak what it is that you want. Now, some people may be asking, well, that's all fine and good, but how do I do that? Well, I'm glad you asked, because what I have and what I've learned, and again, as Rex had mentioned, I mean, the basics are all the same, no matter what you do. If you're marketing online, you're marketing offline, and mostly with online, you need to have that marketing system. You need to have that lead capture page, the autoresponder. You send the traffic, whether it be social media or paid traffic or however you do it, through that valuable, goodwill incentive that we've talked to you about. You offer the solution to the problem. You show them how the product has helped you and how it can help them too. People don't buy what they need, they buy what they want. And when they sign up with you, they're buying the results and transformation that you're able to help them achieve. And so, you want to make sure that when you're doing that and putting that out into the universe so it comes back. Some of the things that I do and activities that you can do to raise your vibration to get you into the flow is a gratitude journal. You can just get like a regular composition book if you don't have one handy. Loose leaf paper works, computer paper just to get started. And every night before you go into bed, just write down 5 things that you're grateful for. I mean, having the gratitude and being grateful for what you already have opens the door for you to get more things that you will in turn, be grateful for. Use I am statements, say like, I am grateful, like for me, I am grateful that I have an absolutely amazing husband. I am grateful for my 3 beautiful, talented children. I am grateful to be a part of the academy and have such amazing friends. I am grateful that I have a house with 4.5, I don't even know what I have. I have 4 bedrooms, 1.5 bath, 11 acres in the country. I mean, that is what I am grateful for. Did I need one more? Probably. I'm grateful that my cat Jim went upstairs right now because he was bumping against the table and it was making my computer shake. But, I mean, every day, write down 5 things that you're grateful for, and then the next day, write 5 new things. Always write 5 things, and you will find over time you really have so much already. You already are rich. It's not just about, like Rex said, it's not just about the money, but it's about everything else that you have that becomes available to you. Another thing that you can do, another, what we call a daily success ritual that I got from Natalie Ledwell, the creator of my movies, is random acts of kindness. Every day, give somebody a compliment. If there's somebody online that has something that looks like they're having a bad day, maybe you want to give them some words of encouragement, or you're at the store, the lady in front of you, is short money that she's, maybe you help offer to pay some of her groceries for you. Go to buy somebody a cup of coffee, anything like that, just out of the blue. I kind of said it with the random acts of kindness, but, offer a compliment or words of encouragement. Help somebody, show them how to do something. Also, watch a motivational video. Read a personal development book. Doesn't have to be the entire book, just 10 pages a day, will get you, as long as you do these daily success rituals every day. And, the importance of repetition. Jeff Olson, who wrote The Slight Edge, which if you've not read that book, I highly, highly recommend that you do. He talks about, the small, daily, consistent actions and doing the right activities. The people who reach their goals take consistent action on a daily basis and always see the best results. So the key to your success is really just repetition of the daily success rituals to keep your vibration high and your thoughts consistent with your actions. Now I would just want to take a minute to see if anyone might have any additional suggested activities or to share tips that work for them, if they might do some other success rituals on a daily basis to help get them into that positive flow. If you want to post them on the page and we can see, so we can share them, because I definitely want this to be an interactive workshop. I'm trying to click, my thing's not working to see. I don't know, Rex, are you still taking care of the baby? He might still be taking care of the baby. Hold on a second, I'm trying to get... Laura, I don't know if you're on. Are there any questions? Or, not questions, but does anybody have any additional success things that they do that they want to share? Oh goodness, hold on a second. Trying to get over to the page. Hold on a sec. Okay, yes, Laura, great one. Get up and thank God for another day. Absolutely. That's a really good one. Does anybody else have something that they share, or playing with your kids? Anybody else have any other suggestions that they have that they want to post? All right, hold on just. Hold on a sec. I don't know if you guys, my friend's cat is here, and so hold on just 1 second. All right, sorry about that. I got them separated upstairs. All right, so let's see. Was there any other suggested daily rituals or activities that people do? Well, if you think of any others or anything that you do, by all means, please feel free to post them on the page. So, exercises for the week for you guys. If you want to, start working on getting your vibration raised and get to your happy places, as I said before, number one, write in your daily gratitude journal every night 5 things that you're grateful for, and each day write 5 new things. Use I am statements, and then choose 2 additional daily success rituals to do each and every day. That could be, like I said, offering the words of kindness, a random act, offering words of encouragement, the random acts of kindness, watching a motivational video on YouTube, pages of a personal development book, just, any 2 work into your brain. And the important thing is to do them daily and consistently to keep your vibration up. And then for an even added boost, share your daily success rituals in our Facebook group. So we can help to motivate and encourage you too, because if we're all in this together, it's amazing. Imagine what we can do. So, anybody? Laura, you have coffee, then do your social media posts and make sure your house is clean. Well, there you go. So you have an organized environment. That's an awesome one. That's great. You want to come over and organize my house so then I can do the same thing? I'll let you. So, well, if there isn't any questions, I just want to let you guys in on a little success secret, and that is that nobody gets rich alone. You don't have to do everything yourself. Surround yourself with a team of people that have the same mission to make it happen. That's one of the things, like I said, that I love about the Academy is that we all have certain skill sets that we complement each other. And as I mentioned before, I don't have to know how to do everything. I know what my skills are. I know what I can do. I know what I bring to the table. If I need help with setting up a marketing system, Rex's help with, where's my girl? I know, and I know how to connect to the people that I need. And you have the same ability as being a part of the Academy. So if you you came as a guest or whatever else and you're not already a member, go ahead and create your account on the form to the right of the video that you're watching. We absolutely would love to have you join us. So many people we talk, and yes, we're a team, but we're also a family. I mean, honest to gosh, I can't wait for all of us to be able to get about a little over a year now, and we've since been able to get together, spend time together, do vacation time together. Our families still have to get together with Laura, which I will. I'm planning on coming to Texas, and I get to go swim, and I can't wait. But we just, a bunch of people online. We really are here to help you, assist you, and anything, if you don't quite know what your purpose is, if you don't quite know what kind of business, sit down, send in a support ticket. We'll be more than happy to sit down and help walk you through the process, because that's what we're here for. And, next week we'll be discussing how to set clear intentions and inspiring goals that'll enable you to live the life of your dreams. I don't know if Rex announced that he wants to add at this point? Rex, are you still there, or have you... I know he was taking care of the baby. Returned yet or not? Does anyone else have any additional questions at this point? On my end, I'm looking at the page, but I don't see... Last thing I see is from Laura. Hello. By all means, if you guys have any additional questions, comments, anything you want to say, please feel free. The floor is yours. Looking to see if you guys have asked any questions or... I still just see that Laura has hers there. All right, Bill, thank you for asking the question. That you... Okay. Okay, good, you're back. I'm asking some questions right now at the end. Bill says he needs help setting up an AWeber autoresponder. Well, absolutely, you can send in the support ticket. And I know that Rex goes over the technical stuff on Mondays. And then, Laura, you said, what was the question Randall asked again? The question he asked was, what is the benefit of the benefit? So many times when people, go to join something, or if they're part of a business, they always talk about like the features of this or that, but the benefit of the, and how, oh, there's a baby, look at Mariah. With the it's a lifestyle, it's a freedom, and what is the benefit of that? And as you're walking through that process, and like I said, I will have also other step-by-step things to help walk you guys to get clear on what it is that you really do want, and then from there you'll be able to help identify the steps that you need to take to get you there. Rex, I can see you and I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, all right. So if you want, I did everything. I went through everything, So if you want to talk about what's going on tomorrow, we can close it out.
All right. Well, tomorrow night we've got mechanics again at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be going back over how to create your incentive again, going into more detail about how to create your PDFs and all that good stuff. And then for those of you that do need assistance with autoresponders and whatnot, all right, we'll go ahead and set up a time tomorrow that I'll make some time available tomorrow for those of you that want that information, where you can just meet with me and we'll go through it. So anybody that's interested in learning more of the AWeber stuff one-on-one, I know Bill Jackley's interested, so we'll post that tomorrow, and I'll do something around with that tomorrow afternoon, because I'm sure there's some Pro Level 2 members out there that would benefit from that. Okay, and with that, Mariah, have you got anything? Look over here and say hi. Say hi, everybody. Hello.
Hi, baby.
I was being fussy, and I just needed to be held. Sometimes that's the way it rolls with babies, huh? Sometimes that's the way it rolls. Look over here. See over here. Look over here. See, look. Here's the camera here. See, look. See?
You're getting so big. Look at her.
I know, right?
She is so beautiful.
I forget where we were. Where were we? Oh, this weekend when we were down shooting that video in Delray. We met a couple Saturday night that had a boy that was 3 months old that I swear to you at 3 months was almost this. No joke. I was like, how old is he? They're like 3 months. I'm like, good grief, man. My granddaughter's 8 months old, and she's not much bigger than that.
So
Kid's going to
fun.
be huge.
Uh-huh.
So,
All righty.
all right, guys. With that, Jocelyn, was that all you had there for tonight?
Yep, we're good. And next week we'll go. I said we'll go over, how to set the clear intentions and then go have to, help them to kind of identify that and start walking through it and figuring out what exactly it is that they want if they don't quite know yet, or how to improve and take that next step if they do know, but how they're not quite sure how to get there.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, you guys have a great night, and God bless you. It was great to spend some time with you, and we will see you tomorrow night for Mechanics and Technical Mastermind at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Watch the groups and emails for updates. Have a great night, and God bless you. Bye for now.
You too. Bye-bye now.